Oregon's medical marijuana program is one of the most recognized in the country. So much so, even people from outside the state are moving here just to take part.
In tonight's special report, KEZI 9 News reporter Chanu Her joins us live in the studio to introduce us to families that moved to Eugene to treat their children. Chanu?
Matt and Renee, the families I spoke with are from all over the country, and in their research, Oregon is the only state that allows non-residents to legally participate in its medical marijuana program. So they picked up and left their homes for Oregon, one family even moving to Eugene permanently.
Which is how many cents?
Eugene is still new territory for Patty Kuntz and her family, having moved from Idaho just months ago.
Everything changed when we moved to Eugene.
Patty left behind a career, and her husband travels back almost weekly to run a business. In their minds, the move was inevitable.
We really felt like we didn't have a choice.
Got to compare them.
Patty and her husband Justin made the tough decision with their 9-year-old son Caden in mind.
I want to see what they look like inside.
Caden suffers from absent seizures, a form of epilepsy. He has about 100 seizures a day, each lasting about 20 seconds.
He'll be standing there and his body will just stop, but his brain is just going a million miles an hour. It's basically like a lightning storm in his brain.
I don't see it. I only see it like everyone's.
So that's a seizure right there.
What? Oh.
What were you talking about?
Caden has tried and failed numerous anti-epileptic drugs throughout the years. That's when Patty and Justin started researching and discovered studies on medical marijuana, which isn't legal in Idaho. So in March, they made a temporary move to Eugene.
It was our last option, and we were hesitant at first, but we drove down to Eugene knowing that we rented a house for a month, we're committed for a month.
The Kuntz family quickly learned they weren't the only people faced with this tough last resort. Jessica Hauser from Woodbury, Minnesota, was in the same boat.
Yep, this is Wyatt.
Her 2-year-old son Wyatt also has a form of epilepsy called infantile spasms and can have an upwards of 100 to 200 seizures a day. Like the Kuntzes, the Hausers also tried and failed numerous medications before turning to medical cannabis, which is illegal in Minnesota as well. But they were searching for a program that wouldn't require them to change their residency. In the Oregon Medical Marijuana Program's handbook, it says the Oregon Medical Marijuana Card protects cardholders, but only in the state.
And Oregon's the only state in the country where you can come as a non-resident and trial medical marijuana and participate in their program legally.
They moved to Eugene temporarily in July and stayed for a month while Wyatt was treated. Both Patty and Jessica say their children saw immediate results from medical marijuana. Caden's seizures were cut by nearly 95%, and for the first time, he was able to go to a sleepover at a friend's house. Wyatt's seizures also went down significantly, and he took his first steps in 2 years while in Eugene.
So that made us really excited about his treatment options with medical cannabis.
The family say they were able to experience all of this through a program with a local company called MX Biotech, which has worked with nearly 4,000 patients. Founder Troy Morris says parents go through hours of education about the medicine as part of the program.
We have to start with educating parents because there's nobody, they're coming out here to seek treatment, but we can't give them that treatment. Their doctors can't give them that treatment. They have to do it.
Morris describes his program as results-oriented, focusing on the smallest effective dose, researched and customized specifically for each patient.
If you're results-oriented, then the amount that you're going to use is not driven by the sale of marijuana. The amount that you're going to use is driven by what's most effective.
But having the most effective medicine comes at a steep price, as the Kuntz families learn.
I love Oregon. I love that they afford my kid the opportunity to just be healthy. And but everybody we love is in Idaho, so it's been really hard on our family.
It was also too hard and too expensive for Julie Gillum. The mother from Hopkinsville, Kentucky, has traveled to Eugene twice in the last year to treat her 1-year-old daughter Clara for her seizures. Each trip only lasted a week, though, because of the financial strain.
There's no doubt if we were out there, if we could be out there, that we could get 100% control.
The Hausers have the same issue. They could only afford a month away from home. So now it's a waiting game in Minnesota, where a similar program won't be legal until July 2015.
That a month isn't nearly enough. As soon as we get the program up and running here in Minnesota, I'll definitely have Wyatt participating in that.
Whatever challenges come their way, these Cannamoms know they found medicine that can hopefully help their children lead normal lives, and they found a support system they couldn't find anywhere else.
So that's been the most maybe rewarding part. It's being able to give back to other parents or refer them.
What a great thing it is to be able to help parents discover what this medicine could potentially do for their children.
We're all leaving our homes to come here and try something that's illegal in our state. So we definitely connect on that level.
The Coons family permanently moved to Eugene, and Caden recently trialed a new profile of medical marijuana, which has shown even better results. As for Jessica Hauser, she says she's working with lawmakers and helping with a program that will be legal in Minnesota in July. Medical cannabis is still illegal in Kentucky, so Julie Gillum has Clara taking anti-epileptic medication.
And it's important to note the profiles being used to treat these kids don't get them high like typical marijuana. The levels of THC, which is the psychoactive ingredient in most pot, is extremely low. Live in the studio, Chinu Her, KZI 9 News.